guys, it's Amy here, and today I bring you a currently reading video and just a little bit of a catch up. So before I jump into the books that I'm currently reading, I have a couple of other things I wanted to discuss with you. I'm hoping to do a video, which I've stolen the idea from Lauren and the Books. She did a video all about Harry Potter and she got everyone to ask her really fun and interesting and just like quirky questions about Harry Potter, and I really love that video. It was really interesting, it was really chatty, it was just really nice. I would like to do a similar thing, so if you have any Harry Potter related questions that you would like to throw my way for a future video, please let me know down in the comments. They can be as weird and wonderful as you like, or just generic ones if you're interested in my Harry Potter experience. Anything literally to do with Harry Potter, let me know down below. And the second thing I wanted to show you was some literary items which I have been buying recently. I'll pop my tea down, got the peppermint tea. I think it's a standard for these videos now. I love my peppermint. So I picked up these things from Literary Emporium. I will link them down below. First thing I picked up were these adorable little notebooks. They're just blank pages inside, but they are beautiful. They're almost like a marble effect, and they've each got a really lovely quote on them. I will get up close and personal with you so you can see what quotes are on them. Firstly, this one from Jane Austen says, "Her own thoughts and reflections were habitually her best companions." We then have one from Louisa May Alcott which says, "Preserve your memories and keep them well. What you forget you can never retell." I particularly like this one. And finally, this one from Virginia Woolf says, "Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind." Wonderful. So yes, I really like those ones, and they were pretty cheap. I think they're only about £6 for all three of them, and they came in individually wrapped like packets, so you could very well buy all three and then just give them out separately as gifts. I thought they were really nice, and I know some of my friends would really appreciate just a little notebook like this as a kind of stocking filler or anything really. Not that it's anywhere near Christmas right now, but you know what I mean. Just a little cute gift if you're looking for one. Second item I wanted to show you is on my Virginia Woolf tote bag. I love these tote bags so much. If you've never actually felt them, they are brilliant. They're really thick, like canvas type materials, so I never feel like anything is going to fall out or the handles are going to break or anything. They're really great. I think you can get them online on the Penguin shop. I bought mine from Waterstones. Foils and places do them as well. They're really great. Anyway, we're not talking about the bag, we're talking about the pins on the bag. You may see in this corner that I've got a whole collection of pins. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of a collection going on. I've got my Ravenclaw badge because I am a Ravenclaw, if you didn't know. A Ghostbusters one. This one I got from a shop called Veronica Dearly, this Don't Be a Dick one. I really like this. I will leave links to the places that I got these from down below. The Librarian one I just picked up from Amazon, and I think this Strawberry and the Ghostbusters one was also Amazon as well. And the one that I am totally in love with at the moment is this one just here. I hope you can see it. This one is a To Kill a Mockingbird pin, and you guys know how much I love To Kill a Mockingbird. This one was also from the Literary Emporium. I will link everything down below. So yes, I'm really happy with my little collection so far. If you have any recommendations for places where I can get bookish pins or bookish anything, do let me know down below. So moving on to the books that I'm currently reading, I'm actually reading 5 books at the moment, which is on the higher end of the amount of books that I usually pick up, but actually 2 of them are like book club or buddy reads, so I'm only reading like a certain amount of those per day or per week, so the other 3 are kind of the main ones I'm reading at the moment. Let's have a look. We'll start with my In Real Life Book Club with My Best Friends book, which is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. I've read 100 pages of this and we are meeting on Monday to discuss it, and oh my goodness, I'm loving this so much, and I know that this is going to be one, like if I hadn't had that like 100-page deadline, if I was allowed to read more, I would have just continued on, and I think I would have read the whole thing, but I had to stop myself. From what I've read so far, it follows a young boy named Oscar whose father died during the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York. Oscar is very much affected by his father's death and is not ready to let him go, and when he discovers a key in his father's like room that has been concealed this whole time, and he doesn't know what this key is for, he decides to go on an investigation and try and work out what this key opens and whether it's a message from his father or if he can discover anything about his father's life and things. And it's just it is written so perfectly. I think this is going to be a favourite read, guys. And the buddy read that I'm doing with Sophie at Portal in the Pages and my friend Tash, who runs a blog, I will leave them both linked down below. is Anna Karenina, and we have worked out that if we read like roughly 33 pages a day, then by the end of the month we'll have the book read. I'm pretty on track with that. In a very brief nutshell, it basically follows a kind of group of posh Russian people who are having affairs and illegitimate children and kind of money problems and dealing with their kind of staff and things like that, and that's essentially what the story's about, and it follows the antics of these people. So it trails lots of different people and their storylines, but one that I'm particularly enjoying is of a man named Levin, who is really reminding me of Ross Poldark from the BBC TV show Poldark and the books Poldark. Guy Levin is kind of raising eyebrows by jumping in the fields with his labourers and mowing down the wheat and things and helping them and getting muddy and dirty and stuff, and kind of sticking up for the lower classes and trying to help them in their situations and stuff, which to all of his really posh friends is a very strange thing. And so I really like that, and I really like Ross Poldark, so the similarities there is really doing it for me. Very much enjoying it so far. The next book I haven't even shown in a haul yet because I just started reading it as soon as it arrived from the publishers, and that is Among the Lesser Gods by Margo Kat. I've only read around 50 pages of this one. It follows a young woman, I think she's around 22 years old, who is in a somewhat abusive relationship. We don't really know a lot about that relationship as of yet, but you do know that she's pregnant, and she, at the beginning novel, leaves whoever this guy is and ends up moving to where her grandma lives in this remote kind of community. And in this community she's kind of been given the job of looking after these two children who haven't got a mother anymore, and the father needs to go out and work so that they can afford to live and things, so she moves to this community and starts looking after these children. That's pretty much all that's happened so far. I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes. I will let you know at the end of the month. Next book I have here is Persuasion by Jane Austen. And unfortunately, guys, I am not really enjoying this one at the moment. I am 146 pages in, and there's only like 300 pages in this book, so I'm halfway, and I'm just not pulled in as I usually am in Jane Austen's books. I just feel like the characters don't have the beautiful, quaint, just quirkiness. I usually find specific characters in Jane Austen's novels so incredibly endearing that I just fall in love with the story. But in this, I literally couldn't even tell you anything specific about any of the characters right now, just because they're not very memorable and nothing much has happened in the book so far. I read Emma in January, and what I loved about that one was that you spent so much time in Emma's head. You really knew what she was thinking and what her plans were and everything like that. The main character in this one is a lady named Anne, and to be honest, I don't feel like I really know her. Like, I am struggling to know her motives and to know what she feels about things, and it's just a bit meh at the moment. I'm really sad to say that because usually Jane Austen just does it for me, but I don't know, maybe once I get to the end I will have a complete change of opinion, but I will let you know at the end of the month. And the final book that I have to show you today is The Opposite House by Helen Oyeyemi. Basically this one is set in a combination of Cuba and London, and a lot of it is centred around Yoruba gods and deities and spirits and that kind of religion, and so they were mentioning these names of different spirits and things, and I just had no idea what they were talking about. I didn't know the names of these things before now, so that was really interesting because I then went and like googled and researched a bit more into the Yoruba religion. I think I do apologise if I am like naming things wrong and not quite getting the gist and not sharing the correct information here. I'm completely new to this topic. To be honest, I'm really glad that I am looking into this a bit more, and if you have any information that you'd like to share with me down below, I'd really like that, because reading Homegoing last month definitely kind of ignited my interest in that side of the world, I guess, and their religions and their history and things like that. And this again is talking about the slave trade and the kind of way religion changed and how things moved from kind of the people being taken from Africa and moved to various parts of the world, and how they then integrated specifically in this book into Cuban religion and society and things like that. So I'm finding it really, really interesting. As I said, Oyeyemi has a stunning way of writing, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of this one goes. There we are, that's the end of the video. Those are all the books that I am reading currently. Do let me know if you read any of them and what you thought of them. If you've got any recommendations for literary gifts or Harry Potter questions for me, come and speak to me in the comments. As always, I will leave links to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, everything I've mentioned today down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye!